Hello friends. So this is our third lecture on modern fiction by Virginia Woolf. The 2 points that she is raising is the sum and substance of the essay is some novelists of yesteryears, they are materialists and the moderns are spiritualists. What is materialist means? Doesn't mean the materialism of Marxism, no. That is, these people say Galsworthy, then Arnold Bennett, H.G. Wells. These novelists, they are dealing in their novels with the mundane things, mundane. Mundane means worldly things. So day-to-day affair that you see, some romance, some hatred, some special way of behavior, their special way of dressing. They are concerned with what we say quotidian vision. Quotidian, that means daily things. Quotidian. But daily matters. The worldly matters. So, for example, falling in love. Or then being jilted by a woman. Disappointments. You have some comedy, some sprinkling of tragedy, some sprinkling of melodrama. See, putting a kind of formula. They are writing according to a formula. That's what she says. As if somebody is inhibiting their imagination or originality. And that she of course, she declares who are these people. And these people are, according to her, the book managers, the industry, the patrons of the publishing, patrons as publishing houses. These are the, so they want to sell. They want to sell the novel, and they know the sentimental novels, for example, or they know the mind of the average reader. So they are asking these people, you write a novel like this. So we are giving you a formula, we are giving you a template. So according to that you write, so that we can sell, make profit. Like culture industry, see that? Like Horkheimer and Adorno's cultural industry and cultural products, multiplying the same thing with a slight difference here and there. So if you read, the human interest is missing. What's going on in the mind of the person is missing. But spiritualists are not like that. And then, toward the end of the discussion of materialists, she is asking this question. So you remember now? Is life like this? See that? Must novels be like this? Then she says, life is far from like this. Life is far from like this. And then she gives an example. She says, think of an ordinary mind on an ordinary day. See, just to think of. You remember I told you Choti Si Baat. Again I am coming to that film. But you can see now that Vidya Singh and Amal Palwarkar. Amal Palwarkar goes to a faraway place for getting trained because he is an unstable personality. During that absence, the heroine, goes to work, but she cannot work. Traveling by bus, she is always, the mind is thinking about something else. See that? So there what you see is, what is charming in that song sequence is, you don't see anybody singing or any romance or any such thing, but what you see is the working of the mind of that artist. And it's very well projected on her face. See that? If you haven't seen, at least you can see that song sequence. And you can see what is meant, what does Virginia Woolf mean by this. The working of the mind. You can see now she wears a very ordinary saree, ordinary dress, meets with ordinary people. ordinary situations, waiting at the bus stop for a bus, getting into the bus. So that I say again you have got another sequence there. You can find out for yourself. So this one is starts with na jane kyun. Na jane kyun. That is how this that particular song sequence begins. Okay, that is just you can have an experience. You can yourself experience that. The mind of the artist, how the mind of the artist works. Not concerned about worldly things, not concerned about the situation anywhere nearby her, nothing. Who sits near her or who is calling her, nothing of that. The mind is one. So think of an ordinary mind on an ordinary day. Think of Vidyasanya's mind. The mind receives a myriad impressions. Myriad means many impressions. Some of these can be trivial. Some of this fantastic, some of this may be evanescent, it's not permanent, just evaporating. Some may be, some are empirical. Some you can see with some sharpness of, engraved with some sharpness of steel. That means strongly engraved. Strongly marked on your mind. See again, trivial. See, you are going. If you are going for work every day, you can see, you can feel it. You get into the bus, or you are driving your car. You may be thinking about the purchase that you have to make in the evening. You may be thinking about a person who is always harassing you, or your boss who is not satisfied with you, or the boss who is very satisfied with you. That is trivial, fantastic. So you may be thinking about some love affair, some fantasy, see? Or you can see evanescence means coming and going. Simple thoughts like this. And some of these are permanent, engraved with the sharpness of steel. So from all sides they come. The mind is such a thing now. You cannot do anything with it. If you are, now I am standing, I can go to New York. See that? See my mind. Half of my mind is here in the world, half of mine may be somewhere else. So that is the working of the mind. You have to, the novelist has to present this, not your the spectacles that you wear, the color of the spectacles, see? Whether this is a progressive lens, whether there is crystal pasted on it, no such things like that. Those things are how unimportant this is, the working of the mind. Understand? So you see, he says, an incessant shower of innumerable atoms. That is very important. This quotation, an incessant. Incessant means not stopping, continuous shower of innumerable atoms. So this is what is happening. When you are sitting in you will definitely must have experienced this. Sitting in the class, the teacher thinks that you are attending, but your mind will be somewhere else. Many times it happens, isn't it? Suppose a question is suddenly asked, you get up like this, surprised. Wonderstruck and thunderstruck. And what is the question? That was it. So this is what happened. An incessant shower of innumerable atoms from all sides are coming. And as they fall, and as they shape themselves into the life of a Monday or a Tuesday, what happens? The accent falls differently from old. Old means old way of telling the story, old way of narrating. old way of writing a novel. So this incessant shower of innumerable atoms fall into your mind, then they take shape, then a Monday is created, a Tuesday is created. Understand? As they fall, they take shape. Then the accent falls differently. Accent means the stress. The stress, which part you have to stress, that falls differently. The moment importance come, not here but there. The moment of importance you feel not here but there. That's the thing. If the writer were free and not a slave, very important. So if you are free, if the writer were free and not a slave, then what will happen? The narration will be different. The importance, what point has to be stressed, that will become different. Not this, but that. Provided you are free. What he chooses, not what he must. Another very important point. So, what will you write? What you choose. Not what you must. Not what you must. What is what you must means? You are director. You should produce a novel like this. The other one, there is nothing of that sort. It is what I choose, I will write. So you are not under the clutches of a tyrant, but your mind is free. Your creative mind is as free as Shelley's skylark. Unpremeditated song. From where we don't know. What is the stuff? The incessant shower of innumerable atoms. There will be no plot, as you think today, no comedy, no tragedy, no love interest, no catastrophe. Tragedy means ending. No catastrophe in the accepted style. But everything you will find. There is no chapter 1, falling in love. Chapter 2, not like that. All mixed. There will be James Joyce himself said the smithy. The artist's mind is a smithy. So it synthesizes and then this way it shapes, it takes this shape, that shape. Something like, you lie down and watch the sky. See the formations of clouds. You can see the formations of the clouds. So free. Now you find some silver pieces grouped together. Soon you will find a reddish color there. See that? Or you find absolutely beautiful blue sky. 2 minutes you will find the whole thing has changed the shape, something else comes in. So this is the mind of the artist. Because there is nobody to control, free. So the mind of the artist is right. Understand? Remember the story of an ornithologist. Ornithologist means a person who is studying birds. He wanted to study a particular bird. So when he was taken to a place where these birds come. So he went there, he stood there. It was time for the bird to come, but no bird came. Because the bird is free. He is least bothered about the ornithologist. Understand that? So feel free. That's what he said. So what you choose and not what you will. No plots, no catastrophe, as you find today. Nothing of that sort. Life is not a series of diplomas. surrounding from, the lamp symmetrically arranged. You can say on Diwali day, you arrange lamps and you light. Life is not like that. So chirag is a chirag. So you put the chirag in a line and then you light it. You will see it. Life is not like that. Not symmetrically arranged. Life is a luminous halo. Again, please note this. Life is a luminous halo. Understand? What is halo? Halo is something that you cannot see. You can see saints now. Saints, Surdas and so on. When you see, look at their Kabir Das, Surdas and so on. Their pictures, you will find a light yellow encircling their head, their face, head also. Something light yellow. So that is the halo. You can't see that. If you want to see the halo, you have to be like, you have to grow like him in piety and in spirituality. Only then you can see that. You also may be having a halo. We can't see it because we have to, everyone sitting here may be having, each one has a halo. But I can't see because I have not grown up to your standard. It can be like that. So life is like a halo. It's a semi-transparent envelope. She compares it like that. Part you can see, a semi-transparent envelope. Surrounding from the beginning of consciousness to the end. Suppose you are inside a semi-transparent envelope. So you are enveloped. Envelope means surrounded by. Or you are within that. Within what? This envelope. And at what moment you become conscious of life. Till then, life. It is the task of the novelist, she said. It is the task of the novelist to convey this. This is what you have to convey. Varying, unknown, subconscious, unconscious. Or when you are in a coma, or when you are anesthetized. See that? How your mind works. Or when you are mesmerized, hypnotized. How does your mind work? It is the duty, the task of the novelist to tell us, convey this to us. Varying, unknown, and uncircumscribed spirit. Varying, unknown. Even I told you, just watch that song sequence. Same with the, then there is, one more song sequence is there. I forgot the beginning. There are two ways. That is, you can see that is stream of consciousness in action. Or you can say this like the luminous halo or an incessant shower of innumerable atoms. Or a transparent envelope. Half semi-transparent envelope. Life is like. It's the interior monologue. You have your aberrations. You have your complexities of life. Mixture of these things. You have alien feelings, external feelings. Something that sometimes certain feelings come to your mind when you don't want it, but it comes. You cannot prevent it. You cannot construct a dam and stop it. It will flow. The unpremeditated thoughts will come again and like waves they come. If you don't attend to them, like waves they come and break the rock of your mind. Again it will come. You try to resist something, definitely with the double force it will come. So that is what the novelist should convey to the reader. Not this, his shirt, he was wearing a tie that he bought from America or New York or something. America, is it a big place? Maybe civilization. Or you can say this particular, the cup he was drinking was brought from India. It looked like a cup used by people who were living at the time of Mohenjo-daro and Harappa civilization. Go on explaining this. What of that? But where is about the interior life? The proper stuff of fiction, what is it? Is not the customs, other than the customs, other than culture, other than traditions. That is the proper. This is where her quarrel comes in. For the others, the proper stuff of fiction is worldly things. Quotidian. Quotidian means daily. Daily matters. You are taking a tiffin and you are filling it with sambar, dosha, and all those things. Then you close it, put it in your bag, and the bag is your shoulders. You go out, you meet your friend, you talk. It's not, but the infinite, the incessant shower of innumerable atoms. Don't forget this. And what is the stuff of modern fiction? The stuff of modern fiction is an incessant shower of innumerable atoms. All the complexities of life, all the aberrations of life. This is what you have to. And then he says, the quality of the work of several young men she praises. James Joyce. He is the most notable, she says. So, James Joyce is the most notable. And an attempt come close, he makes an attempt to come closer to life. Two novels she cites. One is Portrait of the Artist as a young man and also Ulysses. I think Portrait of the Artist as a young man is prescribed for you, isn't it? For your MA, post-graduation. When we were doing 1969, I told you I was in Madhya Pradesh, Indore Christian College, that's my college, my alma mater. So at that time we had this in our syllabus, the portrait of the artist as a young man. Stephen Dedalus, the hero of the novel. So here you are, and I was thrilled, that was, just imagine 50 years ago, 50. 50 years ago this time, we are preparing for our final examination. And I was thrilled by that novel. That's why I always say it's a Smithy. Yes, an atom come closer to me. It is with utmost sincerity. You will find that sincerity, that means not hindered by any method, not impeded by any commands of the or menu. Menu you can say. When you go to a hotel, you get a menu. Like that, a menu is written and given to a novelist and he writes according to that. You won't get James Joyce for that. Joyce is spiritual. The others are materialist, but Joyce is spiritual. So, the result is undeniably an important result. That's it. Important. Mr. Joyce is spiritual. Simple sentence he uses. See? You can see revealing the flickerings of that innermost flame. Very important. Here also. What does he do? Revealing. He is revealing the flickerings of the innermost minds. Flickerings of the in an innermost flame. Yes, not mind, but flame. These are key sentences that you should quotation. Innermost flickering, revealing the flickerings of the innermost flame. Mind. Comes subconscious, conscious mind, subconscious mind. See, or you can see all the divisions it says, no? Ego, superego, and id. Mind is such a complicated. So you see, innermost flickerings of the innermost. And she gives the example of the scene in cemetery. Yes. With its that is a brilliance, you know. The scene in the cemetery is so brilliant. Its solidity, it is solid. Its incoherence, there's no unity, is there? You acclaim it as a masterpiece. The scene in the cemetery is a masterpiece. If you want life itself, suppose you want life, here surely we have it. This is life, not that. You go to a shop and you look around, or a mall, you look around, you buy something, then you think about that. See, you think about the cost of the thing. That's what this is. It is a work of such originality. It is a work of such originality. The scene in the cemetery, according to Virginia Woolf. Other novelists too are there. You have got Thomas Hardy, the mayor of Casterbridge, and another superb novel. Originality, the working of the mind of the mayor. There is another she brings in, that she has got such admiration, Joseph Conrad and Heart of Darkness novel, as an example she takes. So this is the difference between materialists of yesteryears and spiritualists of modern times. I think now it is very clear to you. What is materialism? Materialist, what is spiritual? The materialist we have already seen. Wells, Galsworthy and Bennett. Why do you call them material? Because they write about simple day-to-day affairs. Taking a coffee, going to a, there's no coherence going to a coffee. There's no coherence, that attracts you. T.S. Eliot does the same thing, the mind of Europe. The innermost flickerings of the mind of Europe, you find. As you look at it, you will find all those people who read the poem, they say this, you have got a multiplicity of voice and theme and mythical method, like Ulysses and so on. They say like, but when you see there is unity, what is it? It is the revealing the flickerings of the innermost flame of the mind of Europe. Revealing, actually what he does in A Quiet on the Wasteland is this. He is revealing the flickerings of the innermost flames of Europe after the war. Understand? Because till then, people believed in, they were very optimistic about the progress of man. Progress. That is the key word. Suddenly it was like throwing a basket full of hot water on this optimism. So the flickerings of the mind of Europe, that's what you find in T.S. Eliot. Same thing you find in modern fiction also. So she praises spiritualists like James Joyce, and halfway through, you can say not all the novels, but Mayor of Casterbridge, she there's particular mention about the mayor of Kasturba and also home the darkness, that is Joseph Conrad's heart of darkness. But above all she praises Mr. Joyce. The sentence is there. Mr. Joyce is spiritual. Mr. Joyce is the most noble, most spiritual, she says. I think you have understood this. Once again, I tell you, if you have time, then you must watch that song sequence in Choti Siba. It's an old film, but it's very. Then you will see how the mind works. Understand how the mind works. I hope you are following me. Now this is the third lecture. First we have the introduction. I spoke about Virginia Woolf. Don't be afraid of Woolf. Virginia Woolf is a very nice lady. She is a loving lady, so don't be afraid of Virginia Woolf. Who is afraid of Virginia Woolf? Nobody is afraid of Virginia. Maybe the materialists are afraid of her, isn't it? Not that. Okay, all those things we can discuss in the classroom as topics for academic discussion. For the time being, I think that we will be able to wind up this lecture series in a day or two. Till then, bye. If helpful, if these lectures are helpful to you, don't forget to subscribe, so that as it is written here, subscribe now for updates. Okay, bye.